Non-alignment has a dubious record. It began in the 1950s as an alliance of developing states that were eager to exert their newfound sovereignty amid rising tensions between America and the Soviet Union. Over the decades, the movement degenerated into grandstanding and anti-Americanism, lacking cohesion, military clout, permanent membership of the UN Security Council, economic heft, or a presence on the frontiers of tech and finance. It had little power. In 1956, John Foster Dulles, America's Secretary of State, called non-alignment immoral. By the Cold War's end, it was irrelevant. At first glance, today's 100-plus ostensibly neutral countries still face many of the same problems as the non-aligned movement did in the 20th century. They have too little in common to be as cohesive as the West or even the Sino-Russian alliance of convenience. Huge democracies such as Brazil and India have few shared interests, let alone a common agenda with a cash-rich monarchy like Qatar. They still rely on the West, China and Russia for technologies, from semiconductors to weapons, and invoice much of their trade in greenbacks. Yet it is a mistake to underestimate their role for two reasons. First, their economic clout is rising. Consider the 25 largest non-aligned economies, or the transactional-25, defined as those which have not imposed sanctions on Russia or have said they wish to be neutral in the Sino-American contest. Together they account for 45% of the world's population, and their share of global GDP has risen from 11% when the Berlin Wall fell to 18% today, more than the EU. After decades of freewheeling globalization, their combined trade pattern is multipolar, with a three-way split between the West, China, and other non-aligned states. Second, their approach to the world, shaped by their desire for national development, has become ruthlessly pragmatic. They have turned into globalization's most unlikely defenders. From Mexico to Indonesia, they want to trade freely with both sides of the geopolitical divide, while also seizing on the opportunities to profit as supply chains are restructured away from an excessive reliance on China. Pragmatism also means they have limited confidence in the institutions of the post-1945 American-led order, such as the UN or IMF, which they see as being in a state of disorder and decay. Western appeals to defend the liberal order or human rights are often seen as being self-serving, inconsistent, and hypocritical.